Most men don't understand how long it takes for a woman to develop feelings, and that's exactly why they lose the game before it even starts. You think she'll fall for you because you're nice? Because you text her every day? Because you take her on dates? That's not how it works. Women don't fall in love the way men do. A man sees a woman, likes her, and he's ready. A woman takes time. Her emotions are built, not switched on instantly. But here's the truth. The way you handle the early stages will determine if she ever develops feelings for you or if she sees you as just another guy. Most guys rush the process. They get attached too fast. They want an instant response. If she's not showing strong interest immediately, they panic. Big mistake. Attraction is slow burn for women. It grows over time through emotional stimulation, unpredictability, and the feeling that she's earning your attention, not just receiving it for free. The problem is that men either chase too hard or play it too safe. Some overwhelm her with affection, making her feel smothered. Others hold back too much and never build that emotional connection. Both fail. So, how long does it take a woman to develop feelings? It depends on how you handle yourself as a man. Your timing, your behavior, and your ability to create emotional spikes in her mind will either speed up or kill the process. This video will break it down in 7 crucial phases. If you get these right, she'll develop feelings faster than you expect. If you ignore them, you'll be stuck in the just friends zone forever. Before we get started, I've got something that could really help you take your social and relationship skills to the next level. I've built a community on Podium where I break everything down for you step by step. You'll get practical, no-nonsense advice to boost your confidence and create meaningful connections. It's all actionable stuff you can start using right now. And here's the best part. The first 20 people who join will get an exclusive discount. So don't wait. Click the link in the description to secure your spot. And if you know someone who could benefit, feel free to share it. Now, let's break down exactly what happens when you pull away from a woman. Now, let's get into it. 1. Women feel what they invest. In a woman doesn't develop feelings because of what you do for her. She develops feelings because of what she does for you. This is where most men go wrong. They think if they take her out, buy her gifts, and show her attention, she'll naturally fall for them. Wrong. The more a woman invests in you, her time, energy, and emotions, the deeper her feelings grow. Think about it. Have you ever noticed that the guys women chase the hardest are the ones they put the most effort into? The men they had to fight for? The ones who weren't always available? That's not a coincidence. Women value what they work for. If she feels like your attention and presence are too easy to get, she won't feel attached to you. There's no emotional investment on her side. So, how do you make a woman invest in you? You must create moments where she chases you. That means not always being the one to initiate conversations, not always being the first to suggest plans, and most importantly, making sure she contributes to the interaction. If you're always the one planning dates, paying for everything, and keeping the conversation going, she's not investing, she's just receiving. The trick is to subtly pull back and let her come forward. For example, if you've been texting consistently and she suddenly goes quiet, don't rush to double text her. Let her feel the space and make her decide to reach out. If you're planning a date, instead of saying, "I'll pick you up at 7, say, "I'm free Friday, what do you have in mind?" Make her think. Make her contribute. If she's serious about you, she'll step up. If she doesn't, you already have your answer. Women don't sit around analyzing why they like a man. They feel it when they invest. Every effort she makes, every time she initiates, every moment she spends thinking about you. That's how feelings develop. Here's a real-life example. Let's say you meet a woman and you both have great chemistry. Instead of bombarding her with attention, you give her just enough to keep her interested, but also leave gaps where she has to step up. Maybe you text her one evening and then go silent the next day. She'll start wondering, why hasn't he texted me? That tiny feeling of uncertainty makes her invest emotionally. The moment she reaches out, she's already developing feelings. This is how women work. If she's putting in effort, she'll start justifying in her mind why she likes you. She'll tell herself you're different, that there's something special about you, even if nothing major has happened yet. That's how emotional attachment is built. Bottom line, if you want her to develop feelings, stop being the only one investing. Give her space to work for you, chase you, and feel the weight of her own effort. The more she does, the deeper her feelings will grow. 2. Emotional highs and lows create stronger feelings. A woman doesn't develop deep feelings when everything is predictable and smooth. She needs emotional highs and lows to truly feel something. This is where most men mess up. They think being nice and consistent will make her fall in love. Wrong. Consistency is important, but if there's no emotional excitement, she'll lose interest fast. Look at the relationships that women get the most attached to. They're full of ups and downs, tension, mystery, and unpredictability. This doesn't mean you need to treat her badly or play mind games. It means you need to make sure she experiences a range of emotions when she's around you. If she always knows exactly how you'll act, when you'll text, and what you'll say, she won't feel that emotional spark. So, how do you create emotional highs and lows the right way? First, don't always be available. If she texts, don't respond immediately every time. If she asks to see you, don't always say yes. Give her moments where she wonders about you. If she starts feeling like she's the only one making an effort, that's a good thing. Women fall for men they feel a little unsure about, not men they can predict 100%. Second, challenge her. Don't just agree with everything she says. If she makes a statement, playfully challenge her opinion. If she expects you to react a certain way, do the opposite. When a woman feels like she has to earn your approval instead of just receiving it for free, her feelings intensify. Here's a simple example. Let's say she sends you a text saying, "I had a long day. I'm so tired." Most guys will reply with, "Oh, I hope you get some rest." That's nice but forgettable. Instead you say, "Sounds like you need a vacation. I'll plan the trip, but only if you promise not to complain about my music playlist." That creates playfulness and engagement. She now has an emotional response rather than just receiving a dry, predictable reply. Third, withdraw at key moments. Let's say you have an amazing date. Instead of texting her right after saying, "I had a great time," you let her sit with the experience. Maybe she's expecting you to reach out first, but you don't. Suddenly, she starts wondering about you. She starts replaying the date in her head. That moment of uncertainty makes her emotions stronger. When you finally do reach out, she's more excited to hear from you. Women don't fall for men because of logic. They fall because of how they feel. If you can create excitement, uncertainty, and emotional highs and lows, she will develop feelings faster than you think. Bottom line, keep her emotions engaged. If she always knows what's coming next, she won't feel that emotional pull. Give her the unexpected, challenge her, let her feel your presence, then miss it. That's what makes her feelings grow. 3. Time alone makes her feel more. A woman doesn't develop strong feelings when she's constantly with you. She develops them when she's alone, thinking about you. This is something most men don't understand. They believe that the more time they spend with a woman, the faster she'll fall for them. But that's not how attraction works. Think about the times in your life when you've missed someone the most. It wasn't when you were with them. It was when they were absent. That's when emotions grow. That's when desire builds. Women fall for men in the space between interactions, not during them. When a man spends too much time with a woman in the early stages, it removes all the mystery. She doesn't have time to miss him, wonder about him, or feel his absence. Everything is available, easy, and predictable. And when something is always available, it's not exciting. So, how do you use time apart to make her feelings grow? First, resist the urge to always be present. If you've had a great date, don't immediately schedule another one. Let her sit with the experience. Let her feel what it's like to want more of you, instead of always knowing she'll see you again soon. When she texts you, don't always reply right away. Not because you're playing games, but because you have a life, goals, and things to do. A man who is constantly available looks like he has nothing else going on. Second, let her initiate sometimes. A woman values what she has to work for. If you're always the one texting first, calling first, and making plans, she never has to put in effort. The moment you create space, she has to decide whether she wants to reach out. If she does, that's an investment from her side. And when a woman invests, her feelings grow. Here's a real-life example. Imagine you go on an amazing date with a woman. Instead of texting her the next morning, you do nothing. At first, she might just go about her day. But then, a few hours pass. She starts thinking, why hasn't he texted me? That little moment of uncertainty makes her think about you more. She replays the date in her head. She starts to miss your presence. That's where emotions form. Third, have a life outside of her. If a woman senses that you're always free, always waiting on her, always ready to drop everything for her, she won't feel that spark. But if she sees that you're busy, focused, and in control of your own time, she'll respect you more, and her feelings will grow because she knows you're not desperate. Bottom line, women don't develop feelings when they're with you. They develop feelings when they're alone, missing you. Give her that space. Let her feel what it's like when you're not there. When she does, she'll come back with stronger emotions. 4. Emotional safety makes her attach. A woman might feel attraction for a man who excites her, but she only develops deep feelings for a man who makes her feel safe. If she can't trust you emotionally, she'll enjoy your presence but won't fully attach to you. And without attachment, feelings don't last. Emotional safety isn't about being soft, weak, or always agreeing with her. It's about being solid, unshakable, and making her feel like she can be herself around you. Most men think they need to impress a woman by acting tough or pretending not to care. That's not true strength. Real strength is when a man is so sure of himself that he doesn't get reactive, emotional, or needy. So how do you create emotional safety? First, be predictable in your masculinity, but unpredictable in your actions. A woman needs to know that you are the same man every time she interacts with you. Your emotions don't change based on the situation. If she tests you, plays hard to get, or challenges you, you don't fold. You stay calm, centered, and in control. But at the same time, you keep her excited by introducing unexpected elements, surprises, new experiences, and fresh energy. Second, be unbothered by her emotions. Women are emotional creatures, and sometimes they say or do things just to see how you react. If you get defensive, angry, or insecure, she'll feel unstable around you. But if you stay composed, if you can laugh things off, hold eye contact, and not take things personally, she'll start to feel safe in your presence. Here's an example. Let's say she suddenly becomes distant or moody. Most men panic. They start asking, "What's wrong? Did I do something? Are you mad at me?" That reaction makes her feel less safe because she sees that she has control over your emotions. Instead, a strong man remains calm. He gives her space, lets her sort out her emotions, and continues leading the interaction with confidence. Third, be honest, even when it's uncomfortable. Women don't trust men who lie, exaggerate, or act fake to win their approval. A woman will develop stronger feelings for you if she knows that you're real. That means saying what you actually think, setting clear boundaries, and not trying to be someone you're not. For example, if she asks, "What are you looking for in a relationship?" Instead of giving a safe, generic answer, you say, "I don't rush things. I take my time to see if a woman is truly worth my energy." That statement does two things. It makes her respect you, and it makes her work harder to earn your commitment. Bottom line, a woman needs to feel emotionally safe before she truly falls for a man. That safety comes from your confidence, your stability, and your honesty. If she knows she can trust you to be solid no matter what, her feelings will deepen fast. 5. Challenge makes her chase. A woman develops feelings for a man she has to earn. If everything is too easy, if she gets your attention, validation, and commitment without putting in effort, her feelings won't grow. But if she has to work for you, prove herself, and overcome small obstacles, she'll start to see you as a prize, and her emotions will deepen. This is where most men fail. They think that by being extra nice, always available, and giving a woman everything up front, she'll appreciate them more. But the opposite happens. When a man gives too much without making her qualify for it, she doesn't value it. She assumes, if he's giving me all this so easily, he must not be that valuable. So how do you introduce the right level of challenge? First, don't make her feel like she has you completely in the beginning. Most guys rush in with compliments, constant texting, and full emotional availability. This kills attraction. Instead, pace yourself. Let her wonder where she stands with you. Let her feel a bit of tension. That tension is what makes her feelings grow. For example, if she texts you, don't always respond immediately. Not because you're playing games, but because you have a life. If she asks to see you, don't always be free. Let her see that your time is valuable and that spending time with you is something she has to earn. Second, give her compliments sparingly. If you shower a woman with praise from day one, your words lose value. Instead, let your compliments feel genuine and rare. For example, if she looks good, don't just say, "You're beautiful." Instead, make her feel special by saying, "That dress looks dangerous on you." This makes her feel attractive but also keeps a playful edge. Third, make her qualify for your interest. Most men spend all their energy trying to impress a woman. They talk about their achievements, their strengths, and what they bring to the table. This is the wrong approach. Instead, flip the script. Make her prove that she's worth your attention. For example, if she asks, "What do you look for in a woman?" Don't just say, "I like someone who's kind and fun." Instead, challenge her by saying, "I don't know yet. You haven't convinced me that you're my type." That subtle shift makes her invest in proving herself to you, which strengthens her emotional attachment. Here's a real-life example. A guy goes on a date and spends the whole time agreeing with the woman, laughing at all her jokes and nodding to everything she says. She leaves thinking, "Nice guy, but I don't feel anything." Another guy, however, playfully challenges her. When she says, "I love traveling," he responds with, "Yeah? Or are you just one of those people who take one vacation a year and call themselves a traveler?" She laughs, defends herself, and suddenly, she's engaged. That engagement is what builds feelings. Bottom line, a woman values what she has to earn. If you're too easy, she won't appreciate you. Keep a level of challenge, make her invest, and watch her feelings grow stronger over time. 6. Time and repetition. Deepen her feelings. A woman's emotions don't develop overnight. They build slowly through consistent exposure and repeated experiences with a man. The more she interacts with you in a way that sparks emotional engagement, the more she starts to associate you with those feelings. This is why attraction can be instant, but deep feelings take time to solidify. Many men fail to understand this and either rush the process or walk away too soon. If she isn't deeply invested right away, they assume she never will be. But a woman's emotions don't work like a switch. They are more like a fire that needs fuel to keep burning. That fuel is consistent, emotionally engaging interactions over time. The key here is familiarity. The more a woman sees you, hears from you, and experiences you, the more she feels a sense of comfort and attachment. Think about why people get emotionally tied to their favorite TV shows. It's not because the first episode was mind-blowing. It's because after spending time with the characters, they start to feel emotionally connected. The same principle applies to relationships. A woman won't always be emotionally hooked in the beginning, but if she keeps experiencing you in a way that makes her feel something, she starts investing emotionally without even realizing it. This is why a man who plays the long game always has the advantage. While other men try to force attraction quickly, he understands that time is on his side. He doesn't need to rush or pressure her. He simply positions himself as a consistent presence in her life. Even if her interest is mild at first, repeated exposure deepens her emotional response. Most men get discouraged if a woman isn't overly attached early on. They think, "She's not feeling it," and they move on. But they fail to realize that many women grow into their emotions over time. That's why you'll often see women falling for men they initially overlooked. The man didn't necessarily change. Her feelings just developed through repeated interactions. Another reason time matters is because of how women process emotions. While men tend to compartmentalize their feelings, women's emotions work like a web. Everything is connected. She might not feel strongly about you after a few dates, but as she continues experiencing comfort, excitement, and attraction around you, those emotions start weaving together to create a deeper attachment. The bottom line is this: a woman's emotions are shaped by repeated exposure to the same feelings. If she keeps experiencing joy, safety, and attraction with you, those feelings will strengthen over time. If she only experiences them once or twice, they'll fade. This is why small, consistent interactions matter more than big, one-time gestures. It's not about making her feel something once, it's about making her feel something again and again until it becomes emotionally ingrained. If you grasp this, you'll never rush a woman's emotions again. You'll simply let time and repetition do the work for you. 7. Emotional investment requires balance. A woman's feelings develop when there's a balance of attraction and emotional investment. Too little engagement can make her lose interest, while too much can overwhelm her and push her away. The key is finding that perfect middle ground. At the beginning of any relationship, it's essential to establish a connection without rushing her emotional investment. If a man comes on too strong, it can cause a woman to back off because it feels unnatural. Women don't typically fall for men who seem desperate or too eager to move things forward. Instead, they are drawn to men who show patience and take their time to build an emotional foundation through consistent yet measured interaction. While the beginning stages are important, they aren't the only time that matters. As things progress, emotional investment becomes more about giving her space while still being present enough to show you care. Men who try too hard to constantly stay in contact or overwhelm a woman with attention can inadvertently cause her to feel smothered. A healthy relationship involves moments of intimacy, but it also requires a balance of independence. When a woman feels like she can rely on a man, but also have time and space for herself, it allows her to connect with her feelings on her own terms. The more stable and self-assured a man appears, the more a woman will respect him and feel secure in her emotional investment. When she doesn't feel like she has to work hard to hold on to him, that's when her emotions can develop naturally. This balance also applies to emotional consistency. If you're always on and off, showing affection one moment and distant the next, it sends mixed signals. A woman will feel unsure of where she stands, which keeps her emotions from deepening. On the other hand, consistency and clarity allow her to invest her emotions because she feels like she knows where things are headed and can rely on your steadiness. Remember, it's not about showing up every minute of every day, but being present when it counts. It's about showing your worth through actions that make her feel valued, not through words or flashy gestures. A woman knows when you're genuinely invested in her. She can tell by your consistency, the way you listen, the way you make her feel in your presence, and the way you respect her boundaries. These qualities build trust and emotional security, which are necessary components for her feelings to develop. So, the process isn't about trying to rush her feelings or force emotional investment. It's about letting things unfold naturally and remaining steady and consistent. When she can feel secure and relaxed in your presence, that's when her emotions have the space to grow, and she'll naturally develop deeper feelings for you over time. It's about being reliable without overdoing it, letting her feel that she can trust and depend on you, while also respecting the time she needs to process her emotions at her own pace. This balanced approach doesn't guarantee instant results, but it ensures that her feelings will develop steadily, and you'll build a foundation that can withstand the test of time. In the end, a woman's feelings develop through time, consistent emotional engagement, and a balance of attraction and space. Patience, presence, and effort are what transform casual interest into deep emotional investment. If you show up consistently, but with the right amount of space for her to process her feelings, she will grow more attached and invested. Emotions don't rush, they evolve. When you respect the pace at which she needs to connect, you'll build a solid foundation that leads to genuine emotional attachment. Let time, consistency, and respect work in your favor and watch her feelings grow. If you're ready to dive deeper and explore these ideas even further, join my Podium community, link in the description. It's filled with valuable insights to help you master your masculinity in today's dating world. Stay strong, stay focused, and always safeguard your power. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.